zoom in a bit. Focus, focus. Hey.
There we go.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Is there anybody there?
Thanks for joining us. This was filmed in March 2023. We arrived without a fridge, and there was a local fridge, Stiff Nipples.
Fridge man, Mr. Stiff Nipples, otherwise known as
Vernon.
Oh, what was his?
So
yes.
yeah, he came on board, and we had lots of long chats, and he advised us of the parts that we needed to buy. He helped us order them, and we ordered them, and then they came and.
And why did we fit them ourselves?
Because he wasn't very well.
He wasn't.
Told Johnny how to fit it, and the rest of the video is Johnny doing it.
Not just me.
And my daddy. He's no longer with us. He should have been here sorting it out.
Bless
really.
his cotton socks. We had Ralph.
So please like and subscribe. I never normally say that. Next part will be fridge number 2, because I couldn't live without a freezer to cook food.
That's a spoiler. You allowed to say that?
No. Yeah. Right then, go.
Let's do it.
So Johnny's going to replace the plate and the compressor, condenser. What did we decide it's called?
Thingy.
This is the inside of the fridge, and this has broken. And we've ordered some parts, and he's going to take that out and replace it. And replace that. Well, it's not here, is it? The old one the old one's been away to be tested. So we've got to replace the compressor because it's...
Compressor's fine, it's just old and it's not compatible with the new plate. So we're having a new plate, and while we're at it we might as well have a new compressor, because the new compressor is 35% more efficient. It's not going to take as much juice, it's just everything's going to be better. So rather than do half a job and then have to find another compressor later, we bit the bullet again and we're replacing the whole system.
So we've decided to go with the Frigomatic, which is the existing one. We looked at domestic fridges and we couldn't get one in because of the slope of the boat, of the hull, and we looked at we possibly were going to look at one that was much cheaper, but we decided to stick with what we had. It's going to cost us about £1,500 to replace it, which is a lot, and we didn't expect it when we got here. We've been living with a run to the shop to buy ice every day to keep things cold, and it's very difficult. Now my dad's arrived, we can't plan, I can't get enough food in the fridge and keep it cold enough to be able to plan meals. So we've been here for 2 weeks, no, 11 days. 11 days I think now without a fridge, and it's time. The parts arrived yesterday, and John's been to Lefkas with my dad to collect them. And he's now going to make some magic and try and squeeze in some very awkward gaps.
Indeed.
And run some very long cables into some very short areas. So I will be filming it throughout. If he swears, I apologise in advance.
Johnny's the best dentist we've got. She's pressing against the side of the hole.
Yeah.
And I can't pull it.
Don't hurt yourself then.
That's all right. Alright, mate, let me have a look.
It's as if that black rubber is actually gathering up the other side of this bulkhead. You know, the black rubber that's on there, it looks like it's gathering up the other side.
Right.
Which is making a restriction, yeah?
Dotty.
It's going away. Huh? It's going away.
No.
It's got a lot of foam around it.
Not swearing yet.
No, not swearing yet. This is the first screw of the first hour of the first day of the first week of the first month of the first something or other fridge. Here we go. Look. Complete.
That's a very nice socket set, Johnny.
Blinding. Yeah, get your paws off. It's mine.
Yes, that's fine. I'll let you keep that. I don't want it. Amazing how many crumbs gather, isn't it? From that tiny little 1mm gap, all of the crumbs have gathered in a load of old water.
That reflects rather badly on you.
It does, doesn't it? Is that because I'm always in the kitchen? I love this spring thingy. Spring hinge, whatever it is. I want them on every single cupboard in the boat.
compressor. We could glue it maybe.
Of course you can.
Yeah, nothing heavy will go on there, will it? It's quite big. It's massive. It's much bigger than I expected
If you
it to
give me
be.
some glue, I'll glue it now and take it away, yeah? Because you're not fixing anything to that. It's just a shelf, isn't it?
So here's our plate. There's our plate, and you can just see in the back there the hole through which the cables go. So we're going to work this frame out of the way and then try and pull the cables through. So I had a brainwave. I thought, because we're going to go from one side of the box through an area that I can't see to the cupboard, if we can get a piece of string through, we'll tie a weight on this originally and drop it through, which is why it's called a mouse. It looks like a mouse.
Doesn't it look
And then we can tie this end to our pipes, tape it up with some insulation tape so there's nothing sharp to snag, and with tension on the piece of string we can then pull the pipes through smoothly through our hole and look like professionals.
You need someone to guide it.
And a guide.
Is Dad volunteering?
That's a guide.
I'm the guide. I'm the fishing
Hoping
guide.
this will hold. It's kind of smooth.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to literally feed it through.
You're being careful with the sensor.
I am indeed, through this hole here, being careful not to touch this sensor. Crikey. Okay, so here we go. I'm just going to literally try and get him in, get him started. I've got to find my mouse again in a minute.
Mice don't meow, Dad.
That mice meow.
No, that's like everyone says, what do cows drink? Everyone says milk. Cows don't drink milk.
Right, now I've got to go down, stick my arms around the back of the cupboard and try and retrieve my mouse.
Without damaging the sensor pipe.
Where's it coming from, Johnny?
Oh, and somewhere in the back here. I hope there are no spiders. Oh! I seem to have found my mouse already. How about that? That looks like it was staged. Okay. Now.
I'm keeping it out of the way for this bit. What do you think, Johnny?
Okay.
So Dad's...
No, you've got a kink in the top. Okay, you pull it through. It's missing the sensor pipe. You're okay.
So the idea is to feed it through slowly, and
Johnny's
Hang on a minute.
Johnny's winding it up.
Johnny?
Stopping this operation now as a string, so
Okay,
I'm just
I'll
going
have
to
to come and
remove
Too
the
many
string.
cooks.
I've got to come forward because it's got to go down. It's not got to go up.
Hang on a minute, mate.
That's bloody perfect. Look at that. It's going to go through that hole. That's your fact. It's going to drift. It's going to be simplicity through there now. That's a good idea, Julie. Push it under there. That's right. Now leave it there for a second. Let him pull it. Johnny.
Yeah.
I can see right up your nostrils.
Sorry.
I can see right up your nostrils.
Not helpful. Right, okay. So I can't have how many times I've hit my head. Right,
Technical process going on here.
second, we're nearly.
Are you ready to pull a bit more, aren't you?
Okay, right, I'm just gonna.
Right, we've got a good feed
Yeah.
here. Got a perfect angle for a feed. Stop. Right, go on. Okay.
Oh, look. So it's gone from a 3-man job to a 2-man job.
2 man, 1 woman, so obviously that.
There's a song about that.
It's never going to work, was it?
Never. We're doing this just because Julie wants coldness with her white wine.
Right, maybe. So at this point now.
No, well, not yet. Unless you pull the sensor this way, talking. Yeah.
Oh, look, there it is. It's come out all this way.
Here.
It's going to go on that loop there with the plastic. Yeah.
A little bit. I think we need to go in a bit more.
Yes, you're right. Yeah. Just another 3 or 4 inches. Johnny.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it. That's fine. That's fair enough. I've got hold of this. You need your plastic bit and you need your screwdriver.
I need a little bit more, mate. So. Such a greedy boy.
Okay, well, that's far enough. More than far enough. Don't kink it, boy.
Pressure.
Did it go the other way around? Does it matter? Doesn't matter a toss. That's fine.
Coming in. Okay, so this is the thermostat, and apparently inside this thermostat tube is a microfine hypodermic needle type thing, and when it gets cold it expands or contracts and does something. Answers on a postcard, but it's got to be there to have a thermostat on the fridge. Personally, hot and cold would have done me, but there you go. Okay, so he's...
I'll turn that towards you.
Up a little bit more. As you say, I don't want to kink him.
It's important not to kink it. Why?
Because he's not
Because
kinky.
the needle, the needle won't work anymore.
Okay.
That's not actually lying in the track, is it? I need to open that up a little bit more. There we go. But that bit's not actually coming out the end now.
Doesn't need to.
Seems like this.
That's in there because it's got to touch the metal.
That's what's
If it
going to
came
happen.
out the end, it wouldn't touch the metal, would
Oh,
it?
so it's taking the temperature from the metal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Roundabout.
Very straightforward then.
Well, the engineering of it is extremely, what's the word?
Basic.
Very basic.
Fundamental.
Fundamental.
You could have put on there some...
So this now has got to be
That's it, yeah. That's just,
put in like
Exactly
that,
right, yeah.
gently. That's got to go in.
in.
So far, so good.
You know, we need one screw in the back, don't you?
One screw in the back.
Don't screw it until you tested it, yeah? Literally no point screwing it in there.
No point in testing. No point in screwing it until you test it.
What are you doing, Johnny?
Coiling the copper tube up.
Coiling the copper
Because
tube
obviously
back
it's far
up.
too long. So we need to waste it around. To waste it, we have to coil it up to make it shorter. As long as we don't kink it, yeah? Kink it, it won't never.
Kinky.
fucking
I
fly.
don't know. Kinky, don't knock it till you've tried it, sort of.
That's looking great.
It's
Might
beginning
get a
to look
job.
like a musical
You
instrument.
might get you might get a job installing fridges, John.
So, she's in the cupboard. I'm going to go and get the compressor up now.
That's very good, that is, John. That works like a dream.
And then, in theory, it's just a question. So he said, this is the power supply,
Where?
which is 3 pin.
That,
That should just go into the. Hang on.
that goes into somewhere. in
Right,
the boat.
hang on. So he said,
That goes into the boat somewhere, yeah? Doesn't go.
yeah, but he said on the old compressor they're 3 pin, on the new compressor they're
It's
2
just
pin.
That's right, yeah.
So how does this?
Yeah, but is that where's the power from the coming from? From the boat somewhere, yeah. That black wire and orange, yeah. The black and the yellow. Where's that coming from?
It's those two.
Right. So why don't you just? This is your sensor. Yeah.
What is this? This is a
This is a sensor. Are they the two? Are they the two sensor wires?
I don't know, mate.
What's it say there?
Oh right, TF plus CC minus.
Thermostat.
Oh, fan, thermostat, C.
You only so the thermostat is your blue and your brown wire. That's got to come off there and go on to the new compressor. Yeah, we know that, right?
Is it?
And the fan,
So we might have to just cut this off
yeah,
because that's not going to fit the new compressor apparently.
that's clearly not going to fit.
We'll have a
You
look.
need-
Let's
but
go,
You need
let's
push
go.
on connectors. You need push on connectors. And you've got to turn the plus and minus off.
He
There's
said
a
it didn't
debate.
matter which way.
No,
Do we
What
throw
if
the
you
old
take 'em off
controller
and
away?
leave
Do we
live?
cut it off?
Oh,
What do we do
You
with
see?
it?
do you want me to turn this off?
Not
If you
quite in
turn-
agreement,
Have you got the
but
fridge? Is there a
I
fridge
think Dad's
switch
going to
off?
win this
Well,
one
anyway, I think. Hang on.
from experience.
Is the fridge off?
Just a second. It's off, yeah.
Right,
If you
that's
want to
good.
check it, I've got a checky thing.
Well, let's disconnect
Checky
it
thing.
first then, yeah? So the yellow is positive.
If you say so. Yeah.
Remember that? Yellow's
Hang
positive.
on a minute. Look, write that down, someone.
Yellow's positive. You can throw that away. That's the old controller.
Yeah, then, mate.
Can we have a look at the new compressor?
Yes, this is a sexy new compressor. It looks a little bit like a Meccano kit, and cost an absolute ton of money. and it's meant to be like 5 or 6 times more efficient than the old one, but no one's going to see it. So this is what normally sits in the back of your fridge in your domestic kitchen that you never see, and in the boat it's separate for some reason. Who knew? So there you go. Fan on the back. Compressor.
Here.
That's the condenser.
Oh, okay.
That's the condenser. Evaporator is in the fridge.
Yeah.
And this is our control unit.
Yes, and here.
That's a heat sink.
It's a heat sink. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, these connectors here are special because as you connect to them, you can. If I take this off, yeah, no problem. As you connect to them, there's a special valve in there. It's like the valve on your tyre.
Yeah.
So as you put them together, that's why we need a little butter on there.
Yeah.
It'll actually, you push it in until you can catch the thread.
Okay.
Yeah?
So we haven't got any butter. Well, we have got butter, but I thought you might like to use my. This is like Vaseline
Okay, that's cool.
lip gloss.
Yeah,
There
so
you
you
go.
can do it on.
Gloss. There you go.
Do you want to cover this up while you're in there?
Yeah.
that up now.
I'll get in there,
We've got
and
two
we're
of
going to
those.
do the bottom one first, and then the top one.
Yeah. They are both separate and different.
Yeah.
But you've got to push them in.
Yeah.
It's until you engage the thread. Don't try and push it in on its own. Let
No.
the thread pull it in, yeah? That's what we said.
So here I am lying on the floor. Again, that's not by choice, you understand. And our compressor is now back in place. Let's do that the way so you can actually see. We've got our leads connected here and here. This one. And the tube is coiled up nice and neatly in the back of the cupboard. So all that we need to do now is find a home for these connections. What are these connections for, Ralph?
Two of them are the resistance thermistor that's fixed to the evaporator.
Is that the yellow ones?
No, that's the one. That's the thin ones. The two thin ones.
Okay,
It
yeah,
doesn't matter which polarity they go round, so that's no problem.
yeah.
And the other one is power, plus 12 volts and minus. The plus is a yellow one, and the minus is a black one, as we would normally as a convention. And
Sounds
that'll run the
easy.
motor.
Right, let's get on with it. I'm going to put the camera down for a second. In truth, we've got all the cables on. So let's turn the light away so you can see. The cable's all on, and the fridge is in. Well, the compressor's in.
So the fan should run.
Ready?
Yes.
Yeah, go on.
Fan is running.
This fan's running. And it's doing something. This should be vibrating, which it is.
Pump's vibrating.
Yeah. And the fridge should now get cold. Time for a beer in my book.
Oh, wait.
Maybe.
Right, so Johnny's put the compressor in place. He looks like he's squashed a little bit. And Dad, is the plate cold?
Ah, freezing! It's actually freezing cold already.
Have you lost your skin?
I've got no. The skin's still there. That's brilliant.
Oh, look at that! Job, boys! Congratulations.
I'm stuck, by the way.
Are you? Okay.
Hey, Johnny,
The
fill
only
this.
casualty to all this was one lip gloss.
Oh, look what happened to my
Johnny.
lip gloss.
Fill this. And the cooler.
Right, well done, guys.